Alright everybody, welcome back to another Pokemon video. It's your boy TTK. We are back with the week 1 of the APM Ante. I forgot the name of the freaking tournament yet again. What's it called? The low tiers. I think that's the name of the thing. I'll go into rules. But yeah, this is basically a lower tier draft where there's 16 players and they draft basically lower tier Pokemon in a nutshell. The highest point Pokemon are like Guzzlord, Fisherload, and Executor, just to give you the rough power level of this draft league. And essentially, there's been a lot of restrictions in place as well in terms of what's allowed and banned. So, for example, if we look at the rules, there's a lot that is banned. For example, trapping is banned, contrary is banned, simple is banned, and weather and super luck on pheasant is banned. So yeah, there's an interesting amount of bans that this lower tier draft has, and it makes the power level low enough for certain Pokemon to be allowed. For example, Cloyster, a Pokemon that you're probably thinking, how is Cloyster legal, for example? Well, Gel Smash is banned, so Cloyster loses its most like iconic move, for example. Also, the likes of Omastar in 13 points is this tour as well, because it does have access to Shell Smash. So there's a lot of things like that that make this tour interesting. And essentially, this is my round 1 game versus McGrilled Sandwich, I think, but MC Griddle. I'll just call him MC Griddle. But yeah, before we go into this battle, I'll obviously be covering the matchup, because in draft, for example, you have a certain amount of Pokemon that you have your specific Pokemon you have, and then you just have to build a team that will best go against the opponent. So if you guys do enjoy this video, please leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel for more content. Also want to know, guys, how you've been enjoying the content lately. That's just going to be my question on the video for you guys. If you have been enjoying my content lately, we've been getting some new subscribers, so I appreciate that. Like, again, like, making videos is a hobby of mine and I enjoy it. But yeah, it's nice to see more people subscribing. Well, yeah, let's go into the matchup quickly before I go into the game. And you have MC Grilled's team here, and then you have my team at the bottom. So essentially, what I was most worried about this matchup, as you can see, the likes of Basculin. Now, Basculin was 19 points out of the maximum 20 points, so it's a very strong Pokemon. And if anyone plays the lower tiers, or even in early Gen 8 lower tiers, everyone knew how broken Basculin was the moment it got Flip Turn in the Isle of Armor DLC. So essentially, I don't really have a water immunity, so Basculin is kind of free to just spam Flip Turn, and it's very hard for me to, you know, keep momentum up if Basculin is able to play Flip Turn all the time. So that was something I was really wondering about, and it's the reason why I brought Blossom, obviously, Kingler, and well, Kingler because it's a wind con more than a water resist, but you know, bringing Blossom because that's my main water resist, and then I also have Machoke, which has decent physical bulk with a Nebulite, so I had to prep for Basculin pretty well. I also had to prep for Frostmoth because Frostmoth is very scary as well. It has Ice Skill, so special attackers are pretty useless against it, and it has Quiver Dance. It might not be the fastest Pokemon, but you know, in such a lower tier draft, speed tiers are so, like, there's a wide range of speed tiers. You could have something as fast as Dugtrio, and like things in like the 110s, there's only like 3 or 4 like in regards to like the base 110, base 115, and then you just get lower Pokemon. So even something like Frostmoth, which has base 65 speed, is still very threatening in my opinion. And the only thing that stops Frostmoth from being broken is obviously its coverage options and its defensive typing. So in terms of the Frostmoth you know, response on my team, I obviously have Torkoal, which, thank the Lord, Frostmoth doesn't get any water type moves, or it would have been a dangerous situation. But I basically have to bring Torkoal to not lose the Frostmoth. And then, other than that, I wasn't really worried about the Swirlix or any of these lower point Pokemon, because at the same time they're just memes, like Fletcher and Darth. Like, you're either going Eviolite or Heavy Duty Boots. If you go Heavy Duty Boots, you have like 0 bulk to your name. So you know, for a lot of these lower picks, I was expecting Leafeon though, because obviously I have Kingler, and you really want to check Kingler properly. You know, bring a hard grass resist, and Kingler doesn't really do anything. But as you can see here, they did not bring Leafeon. So I'm looking at this team preview and I'm like, thank the Lord they didn't bring Leafeon. It just makes Kingler's job much easier in the late game once I get rid of you know, Palossand, for example, because I knew this thing was running Pasho Berry, which produces super effective water type attacks, and I knew that was coming. So you know, once that was gone, I just had a complete like faith in my mind that Kingler could win this game in the long run. But yeah, let's begin this game, and hopefully you guys enjoy this one. So I was just like, I don't really know what they'll lead off with. I really don't know. But I was like, Machoke has the bulk to really hit, live, any hit from anything here, other than like Malamar, for example, and then I can like get a free knockoff on something, and like maybe force him or force them to Will-O-Wisp Machoke, thinking or just not remembering Guts' ability that Machoke has. But either way, knockoff is kind of free, does 30, which is alright damage, and I knock off the Passion Berry as I expected Palossand to have. And I did have Toxic on this Machoke because I was like, there's no other moves I really need to run, so I'm just going to keep spamming knockoff, and they Toxic me here, which activates my Guts, so that's pretty good. But I got on to Chato here because I knew they were going to like recover or something potentially, but Audino comes out and I nasty plot on it. And they decide to wish, and I'm like, I'm going to Chatter. If I boom bursted there, it probably died. But, I was expecting hard Palossand, but to be honest, now that I think about it, I probably could have just boom burst, seeing how Palossand doesn't really have anything to hit me with, and is that, like, even from 100% HP, I don't think it dies to Chatter, but it would have, like, dropped either way, and, stuff like that. So, it doesn't get confused there. I take a decent chunk of damage, but Chato is still at +2, and he doesn't really have any switch-ins to this realistically. I Boom Burst, obviously Palossand's immune, but that just frees up Chato because he has no flying resist. So Chato already putting in the work, and Basculin comes out, very scary Pokemon. I go out into Machoke just to, scout the set, but they do go for Ice Beam, doesn't do too much to me because I'm bulky Machoke. So they flip turn there, still does 13, so they're not even banded. I was most worried about banded because it just breaks. But seeing how they're basically like just non-life orb, non-choice, I was like, Choke is a decent check. So I knock off into Malamar, get rid of his leftovers, and I'm just like, I'm not really staying on the Malamar. I might have Torkoal in the back. So the Psycho Cut, which does negligible damage, and it's basically free spin now because Palossand's dead, and I get these rocks off, which really helps in the long run with certain Pokemon. But they serve my Machoke, and I'm just like, cool, that's fine. I go on to Kadabra, which is faster than Basculin, and they go Audino. I click Side Shock here because I'm Life Orb, and it does 45, so I low rolled that, which is pretty funny. But I go back into Chato because I know this thing can't really do anything, but they go out to Basculin, and I kind of just read that. Like, they expected me to Nasty Plot, obviously, but I was like, no, not Nasty Plot, I'm just going to attack straight into this. So getting rid of Basculin early is pretty good, to be honest. But Frostmoth comes out, I get the Heat Wave off, does 69, and I do get a burn, which is a bit unfortunate for them. But Heat Wave does a good amount of damage even through Ice Scales, because it's a Time Floor weakness. So they decide to Quiver Dance, and I'm like, cool, something's getting sacked here, and the sack is Chato. Like, I really couldn't afford to switch into anything else here, and it's just free Torkoal. I can body press. Bug Buzz does 46, which isn't a 2-hit KO, which is good on Torkoal's end, to be honest. So Malamar comes in, and I know this thing can't kill me, so I'm just gonna settle rocks. And I don't really need Torkoal to win this game. I can pretty much just win this game with Kingler. But body press does 57. Obviously, he's a fighting move, and Torkoal has high defense. So at this point, I'm just sacking Torkoal so I can get even Kingler or Kadabra or something just to get something done here. So I decided to body press into Malamar. Does 25, probably like some Fizz Death set. But I'm able to go Kadabra and Signal Beam here, which does kill Malamar in one hit, obviously. So Audino with the Heavy Duty Boots comes out. Side Shock does 52, and at this point I'm just like, cool, I'm going hard Kingler because Kingler just kind of wins from here because I have superpower in the back. So they go out into Ninetales. I don't know what they're expecting there, maybe as a sack, but the game was pretty much over, so I just agilitied anyway. Even if he knocked me off, like, I was still gonna like do massive damage to Audino anyway. So I Liquidation. He's obviously not Heavy Duty Boots because he's got Rocks damage, but even if he was Scarfed, I'm at +2, so I'm able to outspeed. And then Audino comes in. I Liquidation first, doesn't really matter. I confirm win the game, knocks me off, and I just finish off with 2 liquidations. So that was a pretty solid game. Honestly, I don't think much went wrong. I used my mons effectively. Could the diff have been better? Maybe, but I feel like everything was done on every single turn to make sure I achieved to this result. So I was worried about Basculin, but Chato actually messed them up quite a bit. And Chato was a good pick, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think much people are going for Chato, but just having Stab, Boom Burst, and Nasty Plot, can run a Choice Specs, has Heat Wave. Heat Wave was the thing that kept Frostmoth off. I forgot to nickname my Pokemon, that's sad. But yeah, but yeah, overall, I knew my win con. Kingler was hard for them to really prep for, in my opinion. They don't really have. Look back at their draft. Like, they could have brought Leafeon. I feel like maybe Leafeon had a place here over Malamar. Definitely would have made Kingler's job a bit harder. And, you know, Leafeon is just like, it's a mon that doesn't have too much bulk on the special side, but definitely would have been able to live like one Kadabra hit, but out of Life Orb, so it probably even died. So I don't even know. Maybe Malamar wasn't the pick. But either way, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Leave a like down below if you guys did. A lot more draft league content is coming. A lot of the IUPs, you know, final tournament stuff will be coming out soon. They're gonna be pretty good videos. The Dragons Den, KCL know how to make it a lit, you know. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.